My name is Mrs MacLeod and I'm Deputy Head Teacher here at Queen's, and I oversee the curriculum, so the subjects which students study, the teaching arrangements and opportunities for them, but more than anything, the values which underpin our curriculum. You'll probably already have heard about our STAR values at Queen's School: scholarship, tenacity, altruism and respect. And for us, it's really important that this is not just something which is taught outside lessons or expected outside lessons, but is something which is delivered within our teaching, within the curriculum. So, scholarship. Of course, we are a partially selective school, but scholarship means more to us than that. It means embedding in students the idea that they should ambitiously pursue knowledge themselves and achievement in an independent way across a broad and balanced range of subjects. Tenacity. For us, this means that students within their teaching and learning expect a challenge and that they should push themselves, but that we will support that challenge and facilitate that challenge as well. Altruism. The expectation that within learning, students will work collaboratively with one another and selflessly. And respect. That in their learning, they will learn about and demonstrate kindness, tolerance and respect for others, but also for their school environment. The Key Stage 3 timetable at Queen's is based around a 50-hour fortnight. So there are 25-hour-long lessons in each week, but the subjects are delivered across a fortnight in order to enable us to deliver that really broad and balanced curriculum. So you'll see at the bottom of this slide the total of 50 hours per fortnight which students are taught in Year 7, Year 8 and Year 9. And you'll see that there are a large number of teaching hours, as is right and proper, given over to those core subjects of English, maths and science. But beyond those, there is such a range of subjects: languages, technology, and within technology we teach graphics, food and nutrition, resistant materials, humanities, PE, arts, religious studies, computing, and also our subject lifelong learning. In many schools this would be called PSHE, but for us, again, it is important that it's the foundation of our STAR curriculum in all kinds of ways. So lifelong learning does encompass personal development, health education, relationships and sex education, careers education, but also other important aspects of character learning, such as how students learn and the idea of kindness and leadership. So across those 3 year groups at Key Stage 3, there is a very broad curriculum which students take part in, and a high frequency of teaching because for most of those subjects, they are taught at least once a week in all 3 of those years. Where does that lead to? Well, at Key Stage 4, which is Year 10 and 11 at Queen's School, the majority of students will be studying towards 9 or 10 GCSE qualifications. But we have a pathway system, which means that we work closely with students and parents to make sure that the subjects they are taking and the number of subjects they are taking is right for them. The vast majority of our students at Queen's will take subjects which will allow them to gain the EBAC, which is that government recommended suite of qualifications, which includes English, maths, science, history or geography, and languages. So the subjects on the left in red are those which are compulsory for our students at GCSE. Again, we see English and maths. Chemistry, physics and biology will either be chosen by students as 3 separate subjects, or they will take it as double science. And then lifelong learning and core PE, these aren't examined at GCSE, but they are taught because they're such an important part of our STAR values and our curriculum. Students will then have the choice of 4 subjects from those subjects which are listed in blue. Again, a range, not just arts and humanities, but social sciences, again, and technology. And those students who are in the top maths set will be able to enter the Level 2 qualification in further mathematics, which is another qualification which will push and challenge them to understand the most advanced maths. At Key Stage 5, which is Year 12 and Year 13, the vast majority of our students will take 3 or 4 A-levels from the list which you can see below. Again, a huge range of subjects to choose from. We also run the BTEC Business and BTEC Sport, and many students will choose to take advantage of the enrichment qualifications we offer in Level 3 Core Mathematics and Level 3 EPQ, or Extended Project Qualification, both of which are very highly regarded by universities. We've prepared some answers to some frequently asked questions which we're asked by parents on Open Day. Perhaps the most frequently asked question is about academic setting, how often we use it and in which subjects. And you'll see from the grid on this slide how we use it. So in Year 7 and Year 8, the only subjects in which there is academic setting is maths and PE. In maths, these sets are put together in autumn of Year 7 after students have had an opportunity to consolidate their learning from Key Stage 2 and be assessed. In Year 9, setting also happens in English. And then at GCSE in Year 10 and Year 11, setting takes place in maths, English and science. And in science, that's mainly because there are some groups where triple science is being studied, and then other groups where double science is being studied. Another frequently asked question we have is about homework and how much we set. Well, in Years 7, 8 and 9, students will have a structured homework timetable with 2 to 3 subjects set per evening, usually lasting between 30 and 45 minutes for each subject. We're also frequently asked how we encourage reading at Queen's School, and we're really proud of the way that we do this. It is a routine that at the beginning of all Key Stage 3 English lessons, students will read for the first 5 to 10 minutes. But students will also frequently have library lessons, not just in English, but in other subjects, where they're taken to the library in order to do appropriate and relevant reading and research, and actually learn how to develop research skills themselves. We have numerous competitions and reading clubs that students can get involved with, and students are encouraged to write reviews of their private readers and then publish them on our dedicated website. And we have an excellently stocked library, and you can see the link for that here. And this website that we have for the library itself is not just so students can search the text that they want, but also so actually they can get some tips on how to do research in the first place. We're frequently asked about our teaching and facilities, and again we are proud at Queen's that we have specialist teachers across all year groups in all subjects, including maths and science. So students at GCSE Science will have specialist teachers in each of physics, chemistry and biology, regardless of whether they are doing triple or double science. We also have a slew of specialist facilities, 12 science laboratories, a sports hall, 2 gyms, numerous playing fields, 8 technology classrooms, 4 computing rooms, a drama studio and classroom, 4 art classrooms, 3 music classrooms. So again, we really can deliver our balanced and broad curriculum and encourage scholarship across that full range of subjects. We're also asked frequently about challenge and support. Well, supported challenge is part of our very definition of tenacity in our taught curriculum. For students who do require or want extension, we have a whole super curriculum website which has a list of resources and activities that students can take part in to really push their understanding beyond the level that they're currently at. And we frequently offer trips which encourage students to become aspirational in their ideas of further education. And of course, extension and challenge is a key part of all taught lessons. But we also have a great deal of support available for students who don't find things quite as accessible. Our Learning Support Department provides huge amounts of resources and time inside and outside lessons, and I know that Mrs. Vaughan is going to talk more about this in her presentation. And quite frequently, we use students to mentor each other, so that that idea of scholarship can be passed between our students. In terms of trips, there are numerous opportunities for students to go on these during their time at Queen's. In geography and biology, field trips are a key part of the curriculum and are assessed at GCSE and A-level. But we also offer languages trips to Cologne, Valencia, Bruges for students to really enhance their speaking skills. International enrichment trips, so the geography department will take sixth formers to Iceland, the business department will take students to Prague or New York, history department to the battlefields, the art departments to Paris. And we also have numerous theatre trips and trips to exhibitions and museums. And then a really important trip is our Year 7 team building trip at the end of the year, where students go on a week-long residential where they undertake lots of activities which allow them to build and solidify those friendships they've already created in Year 7. And what opportunities are there for extracurricular involvement? Well, these are countless. In sports, there are lots of inter-house and inter-school competitions. and we partake in both national and local sports leagues. We have a house music competition and numerous concerts, a school show in the winter, lots of charity fundraising, debating, and lots of opportunities for students to get involved in school leadership, to represent their peers, their class, their year group. So finally, two very important subject-specific questions which we're frequently asked. Which language will my child study, and is there a choice? And which sports does Queen's School teach or have school teams in? We also have some subject-specific questions which are frequently asked. One is about languages. Which language will my child study? Well, we have moved to having all of Year 7 take the same language. This year it's French, but we are hoping that next year's Year 7 will all be able to take Spanish, staff depending. In Year 8, they'll then have the opportunity to pick up a second language, either French or Spanish or German, depending on the subject that they did in Year 7. And which sports does Queen's School teach or have teams in? Well, just look at that list below of all of those sports for girls and for boys, which we both teach in school and have teams and compete in. That's just a snapshot of the things going on in the Queen's School curriculum. There's so much more, and you can find out more about it by accessing the link on this page here. This will take you to all kinds of information about our curriculum, including a recent video that was made for our Year 7 students as they start their time at Queen's.